Hello, you're watching Cal67 Gaming, and it's the end of the month, end of the year. Let's have a little look at things that we've picked up. So, like everyone, we have just celebrated. Well, not everyone celebrates
Not
Christmas.
everyone celebrates Christmas.
But everyone who does celebrate Christmas, like you, we just have, which means that we've got some nice stuff. But we did get a couple of things just before Christmas, just to keep us going until the big fat man with the red suit came. So what did you get?
Well, for the PlayStation 2, I got Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. Now, we don't actually have many physicals of Metal Gear Solid, do we?
I can't believe we never had it. But we didn't. And this is not just the standard version, this is the 2 discs.
This one comes with the making of DVD with it and everything. To be fair, this physical, I believe, has some real nice art, not only on the front but on the back as well.
Well, it's a nice one to have. This game picked up obviously from me, because Aidan doesn't understand it at all. But I love the original game on the Xbox 360, which I have. So, got Rugby League Live 2. If you understand Rugby League, this is a brilliant game. If you don't, I wouldn't bother. It's just, you either know how to play or you don't.
Now, that was all that we got before Christmas. Obviously not a lot because it was coming up to Christmas, so getting other people presents, so didn't want to spend too much. But either way,
You did all right.
I've done really well for Christmas. So let's start off with the PlayStation 5. Now,
You've got the smile on your face still, because you were aware how hard these were to get a hold of.
these are really hard to get a hold of.
Gold dust, and this is, and I didn't even have to settle for the digital edition.
Nope.
Got the proper one with the disc tray. So you did okay there.
Yes.
Everyone needs to get a new console when they come out, and you managed to get one. But there was a backup plan. I haven't got it here to pick up and show because it's quite heavy, but you got a gaming PC which we'll put somewhere here, just so you can have a look at it, and it's got all the nice bells and whistles and all the lighty up keyboards and mice and all around the fans as well, because apparently fans don't work if they're not lit up. Go figure.
It's called a game PC for a reason. It has tons of lights.
It's like a bloody Christmas tree.
Now, they were the only two consoles that were that I got for Christmas. Also got the Xbox Series X. Now,
You were lucky to get one. To get
Yes.
two,
and a gaming PC.
well, not game PCs. They're easy to get a hold of. Xbox Series X wasn't particularly easy to get a hold of either. Lots of S's knocking about. People didn't seem to want those so much.
I wonder why it's all digital.
I think it's not just that. It's all digital and it's not as powerful.
Not as powerful at all.
But I thought it would be more popular than that. It's just because it's 200 quid cheaper. But it isn't. Yeah. But you don't have to worry about that. No compromising when you've got a Series X. One last console picked up, and they know what this is. Or you don't. This is for all retro gamers out there. This is an Evercade. This plays primarily 8 and 16-bit
as well
licensed
as
games.
some arcade.
They're not built into the system. There is a cartridge slot on the back, which is great for collecting. Just really looking forward to spending some time with that.
Now, for the 3DS, we have Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. Now,
This game is supposed to be really good.
I actually remember playing the 3D World Captain Toad levels, and you can't jump on them.
Is that this is on the Wii U, isn't it?
You could get the Wii U or you could get the 3DS Captain Toad, and they even put some Captain Toad levels in the 3D World for Wii U, and it also says in the top left that it's got some new courses based on Super Mario Odyssey, which is obviously the Nintendo Switch one. So yeah.
No. And for the second year in a row, you got me the same game. You know how to keep going back to that well when you pick something that I like. But last year you got me the original copy of it, the PS1 version.
Yes.
This year it's the remake on PS4. Not the remake, it's a remaster. Remaster of Final Fantasy VIII, which is my favourite game of all time.
You're waiting for a remake for this, aren't you?
I don't think you'll ever get a remake of this because they've lost the source code for it.
Or even for the remaster.
That's why the remaster was so hard to do, because they've lost the source code. But I have played the remaster not so long ago on Xbox One, because I got it digitally. But
And it's also one on Game Pass.
It has, yes. So if you haven't played it and you've got Game Pass, get to play it. It's a brilliant game. Best game of all time, in my opinion. But I'll play it again on PS4, no doubt about that, and it's great to have it physically.
Next up is another PS4 game, and this one is VR compatible. This is Star Wars Squadrons.
Oh, this is getting VR'd. Absolutely VR'd.
This is one where you have to play it in VR, isn't it?
I loved the Rogue One X1 mission on Battlefront. The first DICE one. That was just absolutely amazing. So can't wait to have a go at that. I'm sure you feel exactly the same. Well, what's a new console without new games? So for the Evercade, this is the first one we've got here, cartridge number 4 though. Anyway, this is the Interplay Collection 1, so there must be an Interplay Collection 2 in the works. But let's see what we've got here. Clay Fighter, Earthworm Jim is on there. Battle Chess, I don't think I'll give that much of a go. Buggerman. What else have we got here? Titan and Incantation, don't know what they are. But Earthworm Jim's good. Remember that back on the Mega Drive?
Another PS4 game to add to the collection is Gran Turismo Sport, and this is the PlayStation Hits edition. Also VR compatible to just add on to.
This could be weird though, because I've just spent a lot of time with Forza 7, so
You
might have to try this one out.
I will definitely try it out in VR as well, because I remember playing Drive Club VR and actually it was amazing. And obviously being a PlayStation Hits, I'm gonna guess that it will have all the extra cars and DLC on it, because that's what Sony tends to do with the PlayStation Hits editions.
But, I guess you'll find out when you put it in. Another one for the Evercade. This is the Namco Museum Collection 1. Now this actually looks like it might be arcade games.
Well, mainly arcade games. You've got Galaxian in there, Pac-Man, Dig Dug.
Mappy's there as well. Yeah, that should be good. There's a lot of games on there. I'm not going to go through them all.
Now, just to top off the PS4s, we have Horizon Zero Dawn. This is the complete edition. Another PlayStation Hits one. You played this when it went on PS Now as well, didn't you?
It's back on PS Now. It might even be on the PS Plus collection that you get with the PS5. But
Either that or it's permanently on PS Now.
But a great game like that deserves to have the physical game owned. And despite
it's
having
got
played it a lot, I didn't have a physical, so
Plus you also get to play all the expansions in that one.
yeah, I'll do. Evercade getting a lot of love. Do you know what? I don't know where you get all these cartridges from.
Probably Evercade.
Locally, I think you have to get them all through the post.
Website.
But we've got a good few to be getting on with, and this one is cartridge number 1. Is the Atari Collection 1. This is all. It looks like first party 2600 games. There might be a couple of 5200 games on there, but
You've got your Asteroid, your Centipede.
yeah, ones that you kind of expect to be there. You've got adventure and such like. So I had a 2600 growing up. There'll be a little bit of nostalgia there for me.
Now, for the Nintendo Switch, we've got a game with a long title. This is Nelky and the Legendary Alchemists.
It's an Atelier game.
Yeah.
I've played a couple of these. There's a lot of them on PlayStation now, actually. But you played through Persona 5.
Oh, I love Persona 5.
And this is like setting's completely different. It's not as dark, but it's an anime RPG, turn-based, or at least the ones that I've played are turn-based. You should get into that, I would have thought.
Plus, it's on Nintendo Switch, so you can play it wherever you go.
And in loan for the Evercade, this is the Pico Interactive Collection 1. So obviously there's got to be another one of these as well. It's got 20 games on here. What we've got is a highlight here. Highlights definitely Way of the Exploding Fist. There's other games on there. Power Punch, The Immortal. Games that I don't really know much about. So that'll be good fun getting to know.
Next up is I guess you could call it a collector's edition for a Nintendo Switch game. This is Hard West. Now, I actually haven't played this one, but it does include an art book as well as a t-shirt.
Alright, so if you like your game, you can wear the t-shirt too.
But it does look to be one of those where it's the camera's not directly on your counter, it's away outside from the buildings, and it's sort of one of them top-down but not exactly top-down games. So,
well, we'll give it a go, see what it's like. Another one for the Evercade. This one is the Technos Collection 1. Highlights on this one is obviously it's got the Double Dragon games.
River City Ransom.
River City Ransom's on there as well. And for me personally, the highlight, it's got Renegade. Renegade I played to death on the Spectrum. This is not going to be the Spectrum version, but it's still going to be Renegade. Really looking forward to spending some time with that.
Now, a very new and exclusive to the PS5 game. This is Spider-Man Miles Morales. Now, this is a follow-up to the original Spider-Man, which came out on PS4.
Right, so it just follows the story.
It follows the story what was in the game, because obviously there was scenes where you did play as Miles Morales. Obviously, where their paths would kind of intertwine between them two. And this one's obviously you're not playing as the Spider-Man, but you're playing as Miles Morales, who is technically a Spider-Man and has the powers of one.
And if I remember rightly seeing clips of that, it's New York in winter, so it's all dusted with snow. Might be wrong about that. Now on for the Evercade. Told you it was getting some love. This is the Namco Museum Collection 2. Again, looks like it might be some...
You've got Splatterhouse 2 and 3.
You've got Splatterhouse 2 and 3, Pack Attack.
Dig Dug 2.
Dig Dug 2's
Galaga.
there. So it looks like that's arcade games as well, which will be great.
Now another PS5 game. This is a limited edition. This is Immortals Phoenix Rising. Now, I've seen advertisements for this mainly when it's been promoted by Stadia, but it does look to be an amazing open world game.
It looks like Breath of the Wild. I don't know if it plays like Breath of the Wild, but it looks like Breath of the Wild.
All I know is that Link doesn't have a massive hammer defeating enemies that are jumping at him. That's what I know.
Well, he's got a massive sword though.
He's got a sword, but I don't think
when you play
giant
it,
hammer.
when you play it, you'll find out exactly what it's all about. Another one for the Evercade, because I told you it was getting some love. This multi-game cartridge is... Oh, this is number 3. We've got most of them, I think. I don't know what it goes up to. But this one is the Data East Collection 1. This one's got, let's see, highlights. We've got Bad Dudes, Midnight Resistance. If that's the Mega Drive version, I had a lot of fun with that when that first came out way back when in the 90s. So I'll really look forward to some more of that.
Now, the final PS5 game for this is actually the limited edition version of Watch Dogs Legion. Now,
You played the first one.
I played the first two.
I think you're one of the few people that really enjoyed the first two, because there's a lot of people who were really upset with them. I can't even remember why.
No, because the first one I played, I think I was halfway through one of the final chapters, I believe. There was like 2 or 3 that I hadn't completed after the one that I was on. But this one's set in London, so one that you'll recognise when playing about.
I've seen you play it, but I don't know London really that well, but the bits of London that I do know all look to be as they should. It's quite a faithful recreation of the city from what I can see.
Also, with the PS5's DualSense and adaptive triggers, when you're actually firing your guns, it has a bit of resistance partway through pulling down the right trigger.
Again, we got it's Xbox One game. The reason that we say that is WWE Battlegrounds. We tried it on the Series X. And it keeps crashing.
After one match, so you get one match and then it crashes, and then we saw if it was a one-time thing. Nope.
So-
Happened after the second time.
But it definitely says Xbox One on the top, not just Xbox up here in white, which the Series X compatible games seem to just say Xbox on the top.
But it does say
Although it
in the
does
top.
say Series X. I don't think it's compatible.
It's well, I think we've
But
seen
we'll
that it's not
find
compatible.
we'll find out when we try and install it on one of the Xbox Ones and see if it works on there.
Now, this is a Series X game mainly, but it can be played on the Xbox One. This is Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I have started, and it is an amazing game
That's
from what I've played.
from what I can see
It's
anyway.
visually appealing in a ton of ways, and the good thing I like about this is
All games on the Series X and the PS5 should be visually appealing because we should get all the bells and whistles that you get with the proper native 4K 60 frames,
ray tracing,
ray tracing, all that sort of thing. They should look pretty.
and also unlike quite a ton of Assassin's Creeds, you don't have to permanently be in stealth mode.
But you're supposed to be.
You're supposed to be, but I like it how you don't have to, because obviously playing as Vikings, they weren't the most stealthy, were they?
But I don't know. I wasn't around at the time. How old do you think I am? This is one on 3DS. This is the Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes. I think I've started most Zelda games, but
Never finished it.
they just don't do it for me. But apparently Zelda's a great game, great franchise, so that's another one to add into the collection. You might play it, I don't know.
I might. Now this one is a Series X exclusive version of a game. This is FIFA 21, the
So
next
this one
level
doesn't even
edition.
play on the one.
This one doesn't play on the one, mainly because it's got all the current generation of consoles. Pretty much that's what it's optimized to do, and it's what it only does for this one. But there is versions for people who are still on Xbox One, obviously not fortunate enough to get the Series X or Series S, but from what I've played, obviously I've played both versions, and this one is really good. Plus, being the next level, it does have its next level inclusions, which is 3 red gold packs, a mega pack, and some lone players, including Mbappe.
Another game for the 3DS. This is Metroid Federation Force. Is this a first-person shooter?
It's you don't play as Samus, I know that much. But you can play up to 4 players, I believe.
Because mainline Metroids now well, I was going to say now. I can't remember the last time they made one, but
It was on the way or something,
but
wasn't it?
the one making them as first-person shooters.
The
That probably is the last one that they made.
but not the last one they made with Samus.
No.
Now, the last Xbox game, this one plays on Series X and the One. This is Black Ops Cold War. Now, I love the Call of Duty franchise as a whole,
I don't love 200 gigabyte downloads.
but that is including the fact that it has the campaign multiplayer, Zombies, Dead Ops Arcade, the Warzone, and if you have all the Modern Warfare original downloaded on the same console, you can play through just the one disc. See,
Well, how are you going to have it on the same console when it's a different console?
well, because technically you can play it on both
Oh.
Xboxes, so
Okay.
you can actually play Modern Warfare on there as well,
You also got something that you already had.
but on a different
You had it
console.
on the Switch, I think. Oh, you had it on the Switch because
Yeah.
it had Star Fox on it. But it's the PS4 version of Starlink. I think Starlink is quite cheap now, so it's.
Yeah, it's very cheap because I don't think.
It never took off.
Yeah.
People just didn't play it.
Now, some more things for Starlink. This is a weapons pack with the Crusher and Shredder Mark II. Obviously, if you put these on your, if you put them into the sensors, you do get them in game, and then you can just continue to use them. Another weapons pack. This is the Iron Fist and Freeze Ray Mark II. Same again. And this one is a Starship pack, which gives you the plane, the pilot,
Do you need the?
and the weapon.
Do you need the starships and that for that?
I think you don't need them, but if you want extra ones included, you just put them on the sensor and then you get them in game. And I don't think I have to then put them on and keep on swapping them. Unless there's obviously a code in there, which then you don't actually have to do anything.
Because I remember playing a little bit on the Switch and I didn't actually use any of
No, I
the
think-
toys to life bits of it.
I think if you scan them in once, then you don't have to scan them in again.
And you did get one last then.
Yep, this is a 3DS Collector's Edition, but not any Collector's Edition. It is the Deluxe Collector's Edition for Bravely Second Enlayer. Now,
That's a big box for a 3DS game. It's not going to fit on the shelf with the rest of your 3DS games.
this one comes with the game, a little figurine, the soundtrack, and underneath all is a art book.
Apparently it's a really good game. I haven't even played Bravely Default, if I'm honest.
I haven't played any of them. But I think we'll have the Bravely Default demo on the 3DS as well soon.
Yeah, I haven't even played that. But apparently it's really
It's meant to
good.
be an amazing
It's
game.
Squeenix, isn't it? So
I believe so.
Squeenix always make a good RPG. So I'm sure that'll be worth playing as well. And that's about it.
Yeah.
So quite successful a Christmas, I think you'll agree. Be interesting to see our month in games at the end of this month. See what we've got into and what
I can already tell Watch Dogs Legion and Assassin's Creed Valhalla is probably going to be on my month in games.
You forgot to say spoiler alert.
Well, I've already said that I've played them, haven't I? So I'll probably continue to play them.
Anyway, that's enough for this time because I think we've wasted enough of your time. If you haven't already,
Give us a like, a share, and a subscribe, and turn the notification bell so you're notified when we upload. And we will see you in the next video.